We red.
Red is bad in business, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're into red, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're
It's good in recording, though.
It's the good kind of red here with our video. All right. Dude, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I love these opportunities.
Yes. Welcome back to Okayest Cook podcast. I'm your host, Chris Whonsetler, coming at you from the studio today with a really, really cool guest. You all have heard me talking about our keyword, our pillar, one of our pillars, commensality. It's not a word I made up, despite what Andy might refer to with some of his comments. It is a weird word that not a lot of people have heard about. When I started the show, I wanted a word that meant just the act of getting together, eating together, just community mixed with food. So I Googled it, and it spit out commensality, and I fell in love. So that is kind of the heart and soul of what we are doing here at Okayest Cook podcast. It's all about food, as you might be aware. It's about cooking food. It's about eating food. But more importantly than that, it's about people. It's about community. It's about bringing people together and sharing food. And when I met my guest here, Mr. Dwayne, Strech, I haven't introduced you yet. It's been awkward. But I met you at a podcast lab that you threw, basically how to do this with a bunch of really cool people. And right from the beginning, I just could see, I could sense just from the way you act, the way you presented yourself, just you are a man of the people.
Yeah.
You thrive on bringing people together. Yep. It brings you joy. It brings you life.
Yep.
And then you went and threw the Sunday dinner, which is, I mean, how would you explain that? And it's like, I mean, it's a recording, so you recorded.
Yep.
But we had dinner. You brought a bunch of people to a phenomenal restaurant, Tinker Street.
Yep.
I'm speaking for you here.
Yeah, so Sunday dinner was a concept that we came up with Tinker Street, Jordan Ivory and Chef Tyler. And it was just a way to bring the community in together over food and conversation. It's very important to have a common ground when you don't have common backgrounds.
Yes.
And food is a way that kind of levels the playing field for a lot of conversations and getting people to feel more comfortable sitting with each other and having those kind of community, political, social related conversations about things. You can open up a lot of doors and feel comfortable doing it over food usually.
Yes.
Because we all agree that it goes down. It tastes good. It feels good, So it's just a really it's a really easy way to bring a lot of people together.
Yes, absolutely. I am getting ahead of myself.
Yep.
Can we introduce you properly?
Sure.
Tell us just like two little sentences. Give us your bio.
Okay, so my name is
2-minute bio.
Strech Thalley. I am I like to call myself a community activist, but what I am is a person who likes to build networks and bring people together. That's just what I like to do. It's important to me because I'm not from Indiana. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I came here to start a family. And for many years, it was hard for me to feel accepted in this community, in this state, really. And over time, I allowed myself to explore the city, and I found Indianapolis, the community of Indianapolis, the Circle City. And what I found was a really rich community of art and food and just a vibrant culture, and it was something that I was missing. And I think that community is very important to me. And what I found was we all define community different. So my way of defining community is me being a part of a large group of people in the same area, trying to make sure that everybody has the same opportunities, the same equity, and the same level of safeness in that area.
Yeah.
So, some people might define it as, I live in this area. This is my house. I take care of my family. That is my community. I'm just in the community. But to me, community is more of an extension of family. So a lot of things that I do is kind of bringing people to that. Yeah.
Dude, I love that. I love that you just said that little bit about family being community, because honestly, I've been feeling a little, I don't want to say lost, but me and my wife were married for, almost a decade before we had kids.
Yep.
And in that decade, I was down here a lot. I was just, I was doing all the things,
Yep.
With my wife, just with work, all the things.
Yep.
And then we had kids and everything changed. And my life went from like a social community, with, my work and our friends and all this and that to just being stuck at home.
Yep.
And it was a weird combination of, we had our first kid like right at COVID. Yep. So it was like that happened with our first kid. So like everything changed for me, for everyone else. And I'm just now kind of like rediscovering what community outside of my house is looking like. So like I'm feeling a little socially awkward at times.
Yeah, as you should.
Because I'm only used to talking to 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds. And so, we're getting back out into the community and it feels great. And I love that, like I met you guys at that podcast lab and that Sunday dinner. I met so many really rad people there.
Yeah, cool.
And again, it's just me kind of rediscovering, what life outside of the family circle looks like. And I'm not trying to say that like I'm trying to escape the family circle.
No, yeah.
But if you have kids, you get it.
Definitely.
Like, you need to escape the kids from time to time.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with that rant, but it just like you kind of spoke into me like in my current situation, kind of where I'm heading and what I'm experiencing currently.
Well, I think it's important when you have that feeling that you have to be intentional about being out in the community that you live in. That's how that community becomes family, because you become familiar. And I think when it comes to a lot of the aspects of community, it could be better if people were more intentional about being present. And that means that could go from our local representatives to law enforcement to just pedestrians in the city. Just being visible makes other people feel more comfortable around you. And then you start to learn more by just being out in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely love it. Well, let's bring this back to food.
Yep.
And I skipped our notable meal segment. Have you eaten anything really cool lately?
So we just talked about Tinker Street.
Yes.
And
we're going to talk a lot about Tinker Street today. Spoiler alert.
They're very well connected in the city, and they have their hands in a lot of things, and I'm really impressed with how they are very intentional about that.
Yes.
But recently I was at a Black History Month dinner. It was like February 2nd, so it was starting off Black History Month, and they had I think it was 6 black chefs doing each course. It was a 6-course meal, and they just had, they had greens, they had oxtails, they had mac and cheese, they had, it was just, they always do it right.
Yes.
And, they had the right chefs, and I was just super impressed by the presentation, by the meal, and, Jordan. And I actually sat next to Chef Tyler in the audience.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think maybe they didn't want a white guy cooking on Black History.
But just to get the inside scoop from him, as the meal's coming out, that would be awesome.
And watching him eat and taste and critique and, talk about how good it was very impressive,
He's built a really cool team, and I love hearing him talk about his coworkers and the people he knows, his community there, the chef community.
Yep.
Do you recall who was cooking? I'm assuming Aisha.
I remember Chef Michael Bergen was cooking, Dyke Michaels.
Yeah.
Ish, she's the pastry chef at Tinker. She made a sweet potato pie and some ice cream. I'm trying to think anybody else that I remember the names of them.
just Aisha. Like you gotta come to Indy and have some of her food. What she made for your Sunday dinner.
Oh,
We're
yes.
getting ahead of schedule here. We'll talk about that later. Okay, come back, flag that.
But I mean, it was 6 wonderful chefs, man, and
awesome.
I was really impressed with everything that they did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some of my favorite food events here in town have been those collaborations between multiple restaurants.
Yusuf Budarine. Yeah, so he Epicurean, I think, had something to do with this dinner as well. So I think that they're the ones that kind of brought the chefs together. Yeah, and they hosted it at Tinker Street. That's awesome. Is what I think. You know?
It wouldn't surprise me. They're always pushing those events, and they've got their fingers in everything in a phenomenal way. And I want to support them every way I can. So.
And I really love the restaurant community, how they come together like that. Yes. It's really amazing to see community work like that.
Yeah. Well, I thought my meal was going to be the segue into the rest of the conversation here, but you hit it out of the park. I also had a phenomenal meal, and I'm going to say Tinker. I think I'm allowed to talk about this.
Yeah.
I went to one of their their menu tastings the other day, and I had probably I hesitate to say this, but like top 5 things I've ever eaten.
Wow.
Like, I'm dead serious. It was that amazing. And I'm going to...
Before you continue, can I just say that I'm super jealous of that, though? Yeah. I've never been invited to a Tinker tasting like that.
We'll get you. He gave me a +1, and my wife couldn't find a sitter. She knows all the high schoolers. So next time. Next time if we can't find a sitter, you'll be there. But I'm going to butcher what was happening in this dish.
Okay. It's something that's going to be on the menu?
I believe so. I mean, everybody that talked about it raved about it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be, at least for this month, it'll be there. Yeah. But it was a bowl of custard, but shiitake custard. So savory, sweet. It had curse of the creative here. I can see it, but I can't say it. Saffron? Is saffron the little red spices that come off the orchid?
Is that what it is? The red stuff?
I think so.
I couldn't tell you what saffron
correct me. Chef Tyler, correct me. It's not Tyler's dish, too. It's one of his sous chef's dish, I believe. Okay. I want to say a saffron simple syrup. Mm-hmm. So this really elegant simple syrup on top of the shiitake custard. It had a line of caviar. Oh, it ticked every single box. Oh, it had some crunchy stuff on it, too. And I don't know what the crunchy stuff was. I forget, but it was heaven in a bowl. And it looked phenomenal. It tasted phenomenal. Again, the sweet, savory combo. Yeah. It had the salty combo. It had like just the right amount of simple syrup. Dang. And like the velvety custard texture plus the crispy texture. Like, I'm telling you, if you do not go try the shiitake custard, you are missing out on one of the best things the Indianapolis food scene has to offer right now.
Wow.
Top 5. Easy top 5 things in my entire life. I will be back for more of that custard. And it blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Well, I'm going to try it.
Yes, but awesome food things here happening in Indianapolis.
Yep.
And on that note, I'm going to circle back to what you did with Tinker Street. So your Sunday dinner. Mm-hmm. So I went to the second Sunday dinner. You've only done 2.
We've only done
right?
2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I really hope there's more coming because it was dynamite. Right. It was so much fun.
Right.
Well, A, just the fact it's at Tinker. Mm-hmm. I love them. I love what they're doing. B, it was super awesome just to see some behind the scenes from what you're doing.
Yep.
And then tying the community in, I went without my wife.
Yep.
It was just me showing up randomly. It was a last second ordeal.
Yep.
I was like, Jordan, can you get me into this? I need to be there. And of course, Jordan found a way.
Yeah.
And he put me at a table with 3 other people that I had no idea who they were.
Right.
One of them I recognized through another client I have. Okay. It's like we've literally worked together. I took his headshot.
Yep.
But I'd never sat and talked to him.
Yep.
And again, curse of the creative. I'm really sorry. I'm blanking on all of their names. But it was a couple across from us, and then it was just another random guy sitting next to me.
Yep.
But just very different walks of life, very different, the age gap was very different.
Yep.
And just, we had the most beautiful conversations about all of it.
Good.
Just the food, kind of what we're doing, our families, and just, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And then the food.
Yeah.
Gosh, the food was amazing.
Everything about that.
I have not gone like 3 days without thinking about that chicken and waffle combo. Was it Tyler that did that
Tyler
one?
does the chicken and waffles, man, and it's phenomenal. Like, people don't understand his fried chicken. It's just one of the best fried chickens I've ever had in my life.
Yes. I know I've talked about it on the show before, but it was an orange waffle.
Yep.
With just fried chicken and an agave buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
And that's probably in my top 5 as well. Like, I'll be honest, like it was
phenomenal. Yeah.
Good.
It was phenomenal.
Again, I've never had an orange waffle. Like,
right.
Plus you put the chicken, again, sweet, savory. I'm all about that right now.
Yep.
So,
and don't forget that we had drinks there that Jason Faust made for that event as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, when you put phenomenal food and amazing drinks together around people who are being at an event intentionally to promote community, you're going to have some good conversations at those tables.
Yes.
And the way that Jordan and the staff seat people is for that to happen too. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, just knowing that everything is just working on all cylinders like that, it's gonna be a success.
Yeah. I don't know what Jordan has going on in his head, but like somehow he knows who needs to sit by each other.
Right.
At that event, again, he set me at a phenomenal table. At the tasting event, again, it was flying solo. He set me at a phenomenal table with some awesome conversations. He's got a gift for just
they know what they're doing.
Matchmaking.
Yep.
In a friendly sense.
Yep.
But again, I can't stop raving about the food. The very first course was a chicken wing with champagne. Was it champagne?
Yeah, because Jason Faust said that the best pairing is chicken wing, fried chicken with champagne.
Yes. And I knew, like, I've always known that like pairings are a thing.
Yeah.
Especially food and beverage. But until I had that specific meal, like, I don't think it clicked. Like, how powerful a good, not just a good pairing, but like the perfect pairing.
Right.
Food, drink. Yeah. Again, the bubbles, the grease, and the fat from the chicken.
Everything
rocked.
Worked. Yeah.
So well. So well.
Yeah.
Well, can you talk a little bit more about what inspired that? I know you've touched on it a little bit already, but I want to talk about the first event you did, the one I didn't attend, but I heard about it.
Yep.
And tell me about the menu for that one.
So the menu for that one, that one was more inspired by literally like my own Sunday dinners at home with my family.
Yes.
And Tyler made fried chicken, and he made greens on that one. We also had what was it? Oh, my mom has a dessert, and it's like a secret recipe, but we told Tyler. He knocked it out the park. It was great.
How much arm twisting did that take?
It didn't take any. My mom, it's not like a big deal or anything, but it's just like one of those things that if you don't know about it, then
Okay.
I'll tell you on here too what it is. It's a very simple dessert, but it's delicious. Jason Faust made like Capri Suns.
Okay.
And he actually put them in a pouch.
No.
So when you came, that was the first drink you got was an adult Capri Sun.
Oh my word.
Man, I'm drawing a blank on the rest of the menu, but we had 5 courses that meal, and
well, it's less about the food I was trying to get at, but like where the source, the inspiration came from.
The inspiration. So let me tell you. So it's a beautiful story because Yusef Boudarine put me and Jordan together. He actually said that we needed to meet each other. I didn't know Jordan, and we had communicated via text message and Instagram messaging. But I saw him at Rave and me and Jordan had a conversation, and we set up a meeting to sit and talk and see how we could work together.
Yusuf also has that gift of
he
just
knows
knowing
who needs to be
Yeah.
in touch with each other, and he has a great gift with that as well. But the chemistry between Jordan and I was pretty dope, and we figured, like, we were talking, like, what can we do, and somehow we came up with this idea of having like a Sunday dinner, and it being like soul food related, and recording a podcast or something like a podcast during it, so that we have conversation, we have people interested in listening to what we're talking about, and bringing food and community together over a conversation, and it just worked out.
Yeah.
And to me, I think the first one we had, Liv from the Pacers.
Okay.
And who was the guest at yours?
It was
it was Carol.
It was Yusuf.
Carol Howard.
Yeah, Rave.
Carol Howard and Yusuf at that one. But we just wanted to bring people that are of the community, doing things in the community, and have them talk about the importance of food in their life and how it also brought them together as well. So that's how it came up, man. And I just really love the idea, because I do a lot of food related events, and I wouldn't consider myself a foodie, but you
can't say that now. Come on.
but I am a foodie.
Yeah.
I mean, I love food. I am particular about food, and the community, the restaurant community, is a very huge one in Indianapolis, and being recognized in that community does help when you do what I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, not being a foodie, again, we've kind of alluded to this, but like, why dinner? Like, over just hanging out, on couches.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been as I'm saying it out loud, like, it makes perfect sense. Like, yeah, I mean, food is the place to sit and talk.
Yeah, food is,
and
so before I did Sunday dinners, I did a thing called Breaking Bread. So it was a networking event, and I did with Allison from Gallery Pastry. So I would invite 20 to 25 people to one of the gallery locations, and I would have intentional networking events where I would invite people from all different backgrounds, and the goal was to eat dinner and have a meeting with somebody that was there. Like you were there not to just meet people and say hi and exchange Instagrams. Before you left, you had to have a contact, and you had to have something planned to where you were going to talk and have another coffee with somebody from that event. So it wasn't just like you were going there, have a good meal, get out, and go home and say I met this cool person. Like you had a lunch.
There's homework.
Yeah, you had a lunch planned, or you had dinner planned for the next time you would see one of these people at this meeting. And I think a lot of things came about from the Breaking Bread.
Yeah.
And I want to bring Breaking Bread back too.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
I'd be there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the menu from that first Sunday dinner. Just the fact that it was like the food you grew up with. Mm-hmm. Did you talk to people about like how that was received?
I mean, again, it's going to be hard for Tyler and Tinker Street to not knock something out the park.
Yeah.
Everything that they do. I've never had a meal that was bad at Tinker Street. So that meal was what was talked about probably the most. Every course on that menu, and I just am drawing a blank from what was on the menu all the way, but everything was good.
Yeah.
And all the way from the first course, which was a salad, and then all down to my mom's dessert. It was just very good. Yes. Yeah, very good.
What was the dessert?
So the dessert was.
Is that the secret recipe? The dessert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it is. And it's not even a name for the dessert.
Okay.
But But
It's
on
just
the menu, it
mom's
just
dessert. I
says
love it.
Stretch's mom's secret recipe. But it's okay. So you get like an aluminum cake pan, and on the bottom you have strawberry jello.
Okay.
No. Is it strawberry jello on the bottom? Yeah, strawberry
That's
jello.
so secret. He doesn't even know what it is.
Strawberry. You start with strawberry jellos with strawberries in it, and then the next layer is pound cake.
Oh, jeez.
So the next layer you put pound cake, and then the next layer after that you put bananas on top, and then on top of that you put a whipped cream on top of that, and then you put graham crackers on top of it.
Oh, jeez.
So it's just like layered.
Yes. See, I'm picturing how I would do it.
Yeah.
But I can also picture how Tyler would do it.
Tyler did it perfect.
Okay.
Tyler did it. He did it perfect.
He didn't like jazz it up too hard or like the tinker twist.
No. It was perfect. He did it just right.
Oh, solid, dude. I love it. Well, again, just the fact you're bringing, family, like you're bringing your history, your food memories.
Yep.
You're bringing that to us. I
Yep.
mean, there's some cultural differences between you and me.
Yep.
There's 100% some regional differences. Growing up West Coast, growing up Central Indiana.
Yep.
I've never lived anywhere else, but you've lived in at least 3 different states. So it's like you've seen, you've lived and experienced more of the U.S.
Yep.
And like that has a big impact on, just your sense of community. Because
Yep.
I mean, I imagine a lot changed from
sir.
the West Coast to here in the Midwest.
Yep.
And then just again, your food memories. I love that you're sharing that. It's just it's your history. It's what you grew up. Did you talk about some of that in that first conversation? Just kind of like what the food means to you.
Yeah. So what we talked about in the first one is we really talked about those conversations that we would have over dinner and the importance of bringing that event to life to be like Sunday dinner. Because, we weren't right now, the climate that we're living in, it's hard to have conversations with people who see things differently than you.
Yes.
So what dinner does is you kind of bring people with different backgrounds, and then you just start a conversation. And it's kind of something that, like, when you eat, you have to stop talking. So that someone else can.
Forces you to listen.
Forces you to listen, So
tinker, you can't stop eating.
No, you're eating the whole time, So, but it was just important for me to just tell people, and it wasn't a very hard hitting conversation, that first one, but it was just our way of saying, we're being intentional about getting different people in this room, sitting down and enjoying something together. That's how you start anything. We can have a good time without worrying about what's going on around us. But as long as we know that we can start fresh and be cool with each other in this situation, we know that we can move forward amicably.
Yeah.
Going forward. Yeah.
So are you saying that we need to have like food at the White House when they're talking about all
I'm
this
sure
stuff?
they do. It just ain't seasoned or nothing. They probably have mac and cheese from the box.
I'm thinking more about, hey, like we need to sit and listen.
Right. Yeah,
we'll send Tinker to the White House.
Yeah, it'll be different then. They definitely need to go up there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, well, I agree. Like we all need to listen better.
Yeah,
and again, there's no better place to listen than when you're just shoving your face full of delicious food items. You're happy.
Yep.
You got that dopamine kick from the food, the delicious food. Again, the food history is it's beautiful for me to hear and understand. I love all of that.
Yep. So having the chefs talk about their dishes and where they come from is one of the best things about those kind of dinners to me. Yeah. So these are. They're not events that you invite specific people to. It's wide open. It's wide open, but we do send special invites out to have certain people in the audience.
Yeah, because I'm curious, like how was that community formed? I mean, that's just your presence here in town.
Yeah.
You didn't mention your podcast yet, did you?
I did not.
Did you talk about? He's got a podcast, a really awesome podcast. Like you talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody who's got a cool story here in town.
Yep.
So I imagine like a lot of that community that you've built
Yep.
is centered around just your guests and the conversations you're having with them.
Yeah.
Because it is like one of the most diverse crowds of people I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I mean, all walks of life were there, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think, like, how do we do more of that here in the city?
Yeah.
Because we can't multiply you, unfortunately. Like, if we could have just 2 or 3 of stretches running around town doing these Sunday dinners, north side, south side.
Yeah.
But how do we make this your Sunday dinners? Like, how do we multiply that concept and just get people together, get different groups of people together just to talk about?
We just
here's what I think.
Keep doing it. Yeah, we just have to keep doing it. My podcast, and I'll just speak on it for a second. Is
more than a second.
So Follow D Money is the podcast, and the reason why my podcast started was because I was able to have difficult conversations with people and have them be able to receive the way that I say something in a way that wasn't feeling attacking or anything like that. And a lot of people from Los Angeles always ask me, like, what are you still doing in Indiana? Why do you stay? And the people on my podcast are the reason why I stay in Indiana. I look for people
because they're all locals.
They're all local.
Indianapolis people.
I try to stay away from getting people outside of Indiana or Indianapolis, just because I want to build this community because I'm in it.
Yeah.
So having someone's story who is a national name or something will be great for the podcast, but doesn't help the mission of the podcast. My mission is to tell the stories of people doing dope shit in the city of Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Indianapolis, So I have all walks of life on my podcast, and that helps when I'm trying to do something like a Sunday dinner or a breaking bread, because people recognize that. And I reach so many different audiences because of my guests that, people start to listen to what I'm doing because that they know that I'll talk to anybody. Yeah. And the thing is, right now, I'll take the opportunity to say, I want more people who don't actually think like me to be on my podcast. And it's not for a sense of for a lack of me reaching out to that, but a lot of people just don't feel comfortable saying how they really feel and it be recorded and talk to somebody like myself. So it's not because I don't want them on, it's because I haven't found the right person to accept my invite.
Just do it.
Please.
If you're listening to this,
because I'm not trying to attack anybody. Ever.
That's what makes good community is the fact that there is diversity.
Yep.
The fact there are different ways of thinking. The fact that we're not just all the same thing, doing the same thing, thinking the same thing. That's a river. We need something, bigger and better than that.
You got to learn different ways of seeing things, because if you're only doing it your way, it's going to play out. Like, the only thing in life that we can be sure of is change.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's constant
100%.
in life is change. And with the same perspective, how are you going to change it? I need to listen to why somebody thinks completely different than me, and hopefully they know how to tell me how they got to that conclusion so that I can see what is wrong with what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, talking to a boy who has never lived outside of Indiana, I mean, us Midwesterners, we've got our own way of thinking and doing things.
Yeah,
and
right.
A boy who grew up in LA, has a different way of doing and thinking things. And, and again, just circling back to food, because that's where my stomach's at right now. It's just like, if I threw a Sunday dinner, I'm just trying to think, I don't even know what I would have done for that recipe, but it would not have looked like that.
Right.
And there's something beautiful, again, just kind of getting, I don't want to say getting outside of your comfort zone, but getting outside of what you're used to.
Yeah.
Kind of, get out of the bubble, try something different. Collard greens are still not something that I think of regularly, when I'm planning a menu or planning a dinner, but every time I've had them, it's just blown my
They've been
socks off. Especially when
it's weird
Tyler
because,
Aisha did them.
A lot of people, so I know a lot of white people that don't know about collard greens, but when they have them, they love them. But it's nothing that they'll ever really try to attempt, or it's just like a very cultural thing. but I do know, a lot of white people that are around black people want to do the greens, because that's almost like a rite of passage almost. Like they'll cook greens and say, if they accept this, then, like I know what I'm doing, and that's another thing that food does. Like if you have an event and you host it and you have soul food on the menu, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, what you know about that?" But that means that you've inserted yourself somewhere where black people have accepted you, and that's the community part and food part that brings people together. Like you can just show, like I'm being very intentional about how I present to you guys. I'm not trying to make what I'm comfortable with. I'm trying to make what you're comfortable with in a way that you will accept it.
Well, it's going to open more doors for those beautiful conversations.
Correct. Yeah.
If if your guard is let down because I at least attempted to make something from your childhood.
Yep.
Whether it's soul food or Cajun food or.
Yep. That's how the relationship with Tyler and I started with. It started with a conversation about him and he was talking about butter pecan ice cream.
Ooh.
And he had.
It's my dad's favorite.
So we're sitting at a table and he's telling me like, "Do you know the history of butter pecan ice cream?" And I was like, "No, but I know it's my dad's favorite." It is too. But it had this really rich history, and it was a lot of strife and turmoil behind it. Okay. A lot of black history, and the reason for it being not pure vanilla. They had to add stuff to it because they didn't want black people just having vanilla ice cream or something like that. But Tyler knew that. And to me, I was just like, wow.
I've never heard that history.
Right. No, I've never heard it either. But he said it at the first breaking bread. I mean, at the first Sunday dinner as well. He told that story because I asked him to, because I was just in shock that he knew that. And, so it just made that relationship a little bit more tough.
Yeah. I love that. That's super cool. Mm-hmm. So take the food away. What do you think these conversations are looking like? Is it going to change? I mean, like trying to do those Sunday dinners, just sitting on the couch, standing around, like, I guess I'm trying to say how does food elevate or disarm people?
It definitely disarms them. I think what food does, it adds a calming sense and it gives you a distraction. I've recently heard that in Japanese culture there's a thing called ma, where in relationships, if they're about to argue, they're told to take 3 to 7 minutes of just sitting, not looking at each other, not doing anything, and just sit with their thoughts. And then after that 3 to 7 minutes, they resume their conversation, and usually their bodies, their whatever they're angry about is calmed, And I think that food has that kind of same reaction with people. You know what I mean? So if you can eat and you can sit there and think and have your thoughts, and then you're listening, then you can formulate your thoughts better than just trying to talk through somebody while they're talking.
Yeah.
Kind of like a podcast. I have to listen to you and then I give you a response. When we're talking about things that we're passionate about outside of a studio or a restaurant, we really just want people to know how we feel about something. We don't care about what you're saying. You say something that I don't like, and then I already want to tell you what I don't like about it, not let you finish what you're saying. So I think what food does is allow that person to get that thought out, and you can finish that thought, and then I can say, oh, okay, I hear you, and I understand how you got there, and this is how I feel about it, and this is why I feel this way. And then one of us might say, man, I never heard it that way.
Yeah.
I never thought that I could come to this conclusion, but thank you for explaining it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so I'm talking to Sierra Knuckles.
Sierra Knuckles.
Yes. Another tinker.
Yep.
And to be honest, I don't know how these episodes are going to play out. Yeah. I don't know if you're first or I don't know if she's first.
Okay.
But food insecurity is going to be the heart and soul of that conversation. Yep. Has that entered your thought process at all with these conversations? And planning these events, just, maybe where the event is hosted? I know it's tough because Tinker is such a big partner, and like they've got their kitchen, and it's going to be tough to pull off a Tinker meal out somewhere else.
Right. Well, they do. I don't know if you ever been to Patrick's Conversation with.
I've seen them, but I haven't
but
been
Tinker,
able to go to one yet.
They go to, I think it's called Draft, and then Tinker makes a meal there, and they have the conversation with the guest that Patrick is talking to. And it is, doing these events, it's a lot of planning involved.
Yeah.
And you want to be mindful of everybody that you could affect, so like with food insecurity and things like that, I've there was a event called Baby Got Brunch. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah.
They used to donate to one of the charities that deal with food insecurity, and that was my first introduction to what it really was, So moving forward, I always want to be mindful of who I'm affecting and how I can help different groups of people whenever I do anything, though.
Yeah. You just got me thinking along that realm. Again, because the conversation's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble trying to formulate how to say it, but I didn't grow up with food insecurity, so it's honestly never been like at the forefront of my thoughts.
Yep.
Until coming back down here and getting more connected with the food scene, and hearing people like Sierra talk.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of mind numbing, or mind opening and numbing to like, again, just getting outside of your bubble and just seeing how other people are experiencing life and what they're struggling with or succeeding with. And
that's the crazy part, man. Like, you could be working next to somebody and you don't know what they're going through. Like, their children might only eat sandwiches with mayonnaise on it. You don't know, and that's all they can afford.
If they've got mayonnaise,
but they're working right next to you, and then you wonder why people act a certain way. You wonder why people's demeanor is different than yours. You wonder why people treat you differently, but you don't go back and see what they're dealing with in their real world, and food insecurity, especially when it comes to children, is something that's very hard to deal with when you realize how bad it is.
Yeah.
And then you got, your government is taking away free meals for children. So, a lot of communities are already having problems feeding their own children, and then you take away resources that they had that they looked forward to, and you wonder why people are upset with today's political climate.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just don't see how you argue some things. Some things aren't an argument to me. Some things that you should just be taken care of. Like, we make this happen and then figure out a way to make it happen.
Well, especially with something so vital as food. I mean, we can go a week without food, or I don't know. But like, even on days where I don't have a good breakfast, like I can feel it. So I can't imagine
going days and weeks
without a decent meal, or maybe just one meal.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it impacts. Again, I don't want to dip into the food situation at schools and whatnot.
Right. But it's a thing, though.
It's a thing.
I mean, you don't have to dive into it because it's in our face all the time. They take away things like that, and then you have people who can't give their children a real meal any day of the week. Like, you're just giving them food, and that's not a meal. We know that. I deal with restaurants, so I know the difference between having food and having a meal. When the only meal that they're going to get is at school and it's taken away, that's mean. That's crazy.
Well, yeah. Well, again, think about the community that's being built, with your peers. And if you're sitting there watching your friend eat and you don't have anything to eat, I mean, what's that doing and saying? And it's planting a seed that's just not going to grow into anything productive at a young age. All right. We got going on that tangent there. There's some beautiful work being done at A Longer Table. So yeah, follow along with them, listeners. If you aren't aware, beautiful food, school food conversations happening there with Martha and Patiju Foundation formerly. A Longer Table is doing some beautiful work there.
Nice.
As far as people and food go. So
A Longer Table.
yes.
All right.
Yes. Check them out.
I'm gonna check them out.
What, so when is Sunday dinner number 3? Are there other talks?
we haven't planned. I just talked with Jordan at the last
I'm going to
dinner.
light that fire because I want to go.
I just talked to him and he was like, man, we have to have a conversation and talk about it. But, again, busy. Everybody's busy. I'm in the middle of recording now. I travel a lot and, Tinker's always doing their thing. Plus we all have Rev coming up, planning for that. But we'll get it done.
What's one more event?
Yeah, what's one more? but me, honestly, I really want to do it when the weather is like nice.
Ooh,
I
do
want
an outside one?
Yeah, like an outside one would be dope. He even talked about doing one at Freeland's, but an outdoor, like in a park.
Freeland's would be awesome. Yeah, I love what they're doing over there.
And I kind of just have this vision of it being really nice and not cold.
Just not 10 degrees outside.
Yeah, I don't want to get bundled up. I want to wear shorts and a tank top or something.
Let's do it.
Have like a family picnic Sunday dinner.
Yes,
that's another thing.
If I can help with the planning and the production there,
absolutely.
I'll do it because it's got to happen now.
Absolutely.
You planted that seed, it's got to happen.
I'm also planning my breaking breads again too, though. Yes. So hopefully, working downtown with restaurants with that as well.
Yeah. Follow D Money. Follow D Money. Yes. All the links are going to be below. Yeah. Definitely listen to the show. Like he's got some cool conversations as you've heard.
Yeah.
And just it's beautiful to think of. Again, it's just I keep going back to get outside your bubble.
Yeah.
You gotta, politically and just relationships and families and works and like get out that bubble.
Yeah.
And just see what everyone else is doing. Experience somebody else's shoes and start with their food.
Yeah.
Go to one of these rad events and just eat something different and weird and freaking delicious.
Yeah. If you realize that you don't know everything, you'll really start to appreciate people who think differently than you.
Yeah.
Because
admitting we don't know everything and
once you figure that out and then you realize that if you surround yourself with people who think exactly like you all the time, you're never going to learn anything.
Yes.
That was probably one of the biggest moments of growth for me. It was realizing that I can't surround myself with people who think like me or who see the world like me or who have experienced the same things as me because
it's not exciting. Like if I'm having this conversation and I'm just like, oh yeah.
I totally agree. I agree with that. Yeah. They're like, no, like I really want to know that you think differently or you disagree with how I feel. And why do you disagree?
Yeah.
That's my next question. Why? Why do you feel that way? How did you come to that conclusion? And then I'm like, dang, I never really experienced it that way. But, now that is my new way of learning.
Yes.
Is a whole nother perspective.
Mm-hmm. We need good, productive conflict.
Yeah.
And a conflict's the wrong word, I think, because that's got such negative connotations. But we need to disagree.
Yep.
Respectfully.
Yep.
To generate that learning and that growth.
It takes a lot of maturity to have those type of communications, though. Those conversations take two people.
They're hard conversations.
They're very hard conversations, and the way that it started with me was I became a safe place for people to express how they felt, and they knew that they wouldn't feel ashamed or attacked after they heard my answer.
I'm going to repeat that. We haven't known each other all that long, but you are a safe place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel it. I sense it. I hear it when you talk, just the people you've had on.
Yeah.
It's just, I agree with that. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Like you are a safe place. And I love that.
Yeah.
That's why we need to
I love it too.
And throw you around the city.
I love it too because I think that I have so many friends that are good people, but they have not experienced certain things that they are asking questions about. And a lot of times they're afraid of the question. They're not afraid of the answer. They're afraid to ask the question because they might be labeled. And I'm never going to label you. You can hop in my DM and ask me, why do you not like that? Or what made you upset about that? Why do you say this about this person? And I'll tell you the answer without you being like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're racist. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. And you're going to go back and think, or you're going to tell me back like, well, I don't think that's racist because of this, and I'm going to say, all right, cool. But I'm not going to beat you down for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why my platform took off, is because I was already that before I started it.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Be respectful. Learn.
Yeah.
Be willing to learn.
Yeah.
Be willing to hear an opinion that's not your own.
Yeah.
I love it. So, closing out here, unfortunately, this time has flown by. There's a weird trend that I've been noticing online with food.
Oh.
And so I grew up with the Andrew Zimmern, the Anthony Bourdain. They're out in the world. They're traveling. Oh, gosh, what's the other one? Man versus Food.
Oh, yeah.
It's just people going out in the community, experiencing food, experiencing different cultures, physically experiencing it, like just sitting down at a table. It's commensality.
Yep.
The trend I'm seeing now with all these food bloggers, food influencers, is they go inside, they get their takeout, and they sit in their car.
Yeah. Keith Lee is.
And they eat by themselves
you
in
heard
their
of Keith
car.
Lee?
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's like a big black one. He's the biggest black food influencer in my opinion. But he does that. So he'll go into a restaurant, taste the food, and then like go and give them money or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. I'm going to look him up for sure.
Keith Lee.
But I guess what's bothering me is the fact that they're alone in their car and they're just sitting in their car. And the only thing I can see is like, maybe they're embarrassed to film in public, or it's the reaction that they don't want to get. I don't know, but how do we stop that is what I'm trying to say.
Well,
how do we start sitting down, sharing
I don't think you want
a
to
meal
stop
with
that.
people?
I don't think you want to stop that.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what I think that is. I think that is people critiquing food. So a lot of those people, when they go in, they tell you about their experience getting the food. Like they'll say, it was a nice place. This cute little old lady gave me my food. They'll tell you that. So they'll tell you if they were received well. They'll tell you if nobody showed up or anything like that. But I think what they are doing is trying to take the atmosphere away from the restaurant and make it about the food.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to restaurants because they want an experience, but these people are food critics. You know what I mean? So
we'll put food critics in air quotes for
bare minimum. The food needs to be good where you go.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. So taking it out to your car takes away from everything else. So are you going to go to this restaurant to eat this phenomenal food, or are you going to go to this restaurant and have good music, beautiful bartenders and waitresses, and have shit food? Like it just depends on what you want them to do.
What are you going for?
What are you going for?
I suppose all of that stems from me being anti-takeout.
Oh, okay.
I don't like going to get my food, putting it in my truck, driving home.
Because it's not the same. It's not as fresh.
It's not an experience. It's not fresh.
Yeah.
All my burgers are soggy when I do that. And
fries
it
are
stinks.
horrible when you do that.
It stinks. It's cold. It stinks. I want the food to be piping hot, and I want to sit down and I want to experience the venue.
Yeah.
I want to see my server. I want to hopefully see the chef.
Yeah.
I want to I want to experience. And when I say the food, the restaurant, I want the whole experience.
So you want the traveling foodie guide.
I want it to come back. Yes, and Andrew Zimmern just did a comment about that. He's like, why did travel food die? And he thinks it's going to come back. I really hope it comes back. But basically what I'm trying to say is like, I don't want to eat alone.
Yeah.
And when I see people eating alone in their cars, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about the food. It shouldn't be just about the food. I mean, when I go to Mestizo, like I don't want to just get their beautiful food and just eat it alone in my car. Like, I want to talk to them. I want to hear their stories.
But I think and I'm just going to use Keith Lee as an example.
Yeah.
I think he's doing that to promote people eating at the restaurant.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
Yeah.
And I'm not discrediting how you feel about it, but I really think because what he does after he critiques these foods, the restaurants blow up.
That's awesome.
Literally, they take off or they don't because, if he gives it a bad review, I'm sure it sucks for them. But I mean, he'll go to a place that is literally dead and he takes the food. And I think that's the aspect that he's trying to do. Like a place where nobody's eating and you go in, take the food out, there's already nobody in there. So you take it out and you tell people that this food is phenomenal. And now people are going there to eat because you don't want to go in there and critique food that they know that you're critiquing because now they're going to give you their best food.
Yeah.
They have an opportunity to show out for you.
I guess if I show up with my camera, I'm going to be treated different.
So then the next person doesn't get that treatment.
Yeah.
So in your car, you're getting what they give everybody.
Yeah.
So that aspect just changes the traveling food aspect from it. Like you see a person, I'm sitting next to you and I'm sitting here and they're bringing me all these dishes and I got my cameras out and they're just like, sir, here's this, they've glammed it up and everything and you're eating the same thing.
I
And
see that.
It looks totally different.
Yeah.
So when you go in and they don't know who you are, you take the food out, you're really critiquing what they do every day, all day.
Yeah.
And I think that I can only speak for Keith Lee because I watch him. That's what he does. That's why he does it. He doesn't want a special experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just find somewhere else to do it that's not your driver's seat. There's a prettier background we can use. Find a picnic table somewhere. Just thanks for explaining that.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need that different brain to think through it all.
Exactly. That was an example of it.
It makes sense now, but you can still not do it in your car. Well, dude, on that note, I have loved this. I would love a part 2.
Yeah.
And a Sunday Dinner 3. Pay attention. Follow D-Money.
Yeah, follow D-Money.
Come to Indianapolis. If you're not a local, come to Indianapolis when you hear about Sunday Dinner 3. 100% come when you hear about the Sunday picnic.
Yeah,
that's going to be
Sunday
dope.
family picnic.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yes.
I really want to do that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Maybe get a bunch of restaurants involved.
Yes.
Yeah. Make it a little mini food festival or something.
Let's stop talking about this. You're getting me excited.
But that's the thing about having a platform, man. We can have these ideas and make them come to life. And, just thinking of that right now sounds like a really good spring thing.
Yes. Yeah. It got me excited. I'm real excited. Where can people find you? It's follow D-Money.
FollowDmoney.com. FollowDmoney.com. And then my social is Thalley Boy. My last name is Thalley and Boy. So that's just me on Instagram. And I'm always active on the socials and stuff. So and I answer.
You are around the city.
I'm around the city, bro. I'm a man about town.
100%.
But yeah, I'm pretty active. You in my DM, I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna reply. So
yes. Well, thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just like, again, I love the conversations. I love what you're doing. So if 3 or 4 more followers can keep you doing it, let's keep you doing it. Whatever we can do.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Keep pumping out those episodes.
Absolutely.
Keep the talk going. Again, just keep being a safe place.
Yep.
That is beautiful, and we need more of that.
Yeah.
Teach others how to be a safe place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things is showing other people how to be a safe place.
Yes.
So, that's how the community grows.
Yes. Yeah. Well, dude, you've already expanded my community tenfold.
That's what's up, man.
Finding cool people at the podcast lab, finding cool people at your Sunday dinner. So
I love that.
It's beautiful. Just keep it going. Whatever we can do, just keep it going.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.